These two men had just stolen several $1,000s and were ready to make their getaway. However, as soon as they got into the car, they were confronted by armed robbers who pointed guns at their heads. Instead of immediately taking the money, the robbers first told them to pull up the sunshades. Then, they were given just 5 seconds to put the money into a bag. After the two men followed the instructions, the robbers then found another man in the underground garage and pulled out a gun as soon as they met him.
You'll fuck.
This vehicle was like a mobile fortress. Not only was the entire body bulletproof, but even the tires were solid. Under the hood, there was an extra thick steel plate added. Ordinary weapons would be useless against it. It turned out that the robbers had used the stolen money to buy a modified armored cash transport vehicle. They planned to use it for a big job, robbing a bank. 2 more men arrived to join them. These 2 were mainly responsible for driving and providing support. To disguise their identities, they posed as security guards. They then drove the armored cash transport vehicle toward the bank. While the bank staff had no idea what was happening, the security guards quietly infiltrated the building and quickly took control of the bank's security. Moments later, several masked robbers with submachine guns stormed into the bank, playing a pre-recorded message on a cassette player.
Keep your hands raised. Cooperate. If you make any sudden moves, you will be executed.
The robbers then handed a pile of explosives to a female employee, telling her to tie up all her co-workers. They then ordered the bank manager to hand over all the gold bars within 3 minutes, or they would randomly execute 1 hostage. They sent 1 accomplice with the bank manager to carry out the task. While the woman was tying up the second co-worker, one of the robbers gave her a signal. It turned out that as the robbers stormed in, a colleague had already prepared an email. All they needed to do was click send. However, after reading it, the woman kept shaking her head, so the colleague had to finish the task himself. Outside the bank, 2 police officers had already noticed the robbery, but they didn't rush into the bank or call for backup. Instead, they just watched the robbers loot the bank. Once the robbers left, the officers followed them, ensuring no one would suspect them while also securing the stolen money. The officers tracked the robbers, who had just killed 5 people at the bank and taken 1 hostage. The 2 men driving the getaway car noticed they were being followed, but they didn't react. The leader of the robbers was also cautious, instructing the driver to put his gun in the glove compartment to prevent the drivers from getting any funny ideas. When they reached the hideout, the leader had the driver open the warehouse door while keeping another driver at gunpoint. After the driver unlocked a lock,